Hello, and welcome to this demo on advanced selection options in the selection window. In this video, we'll specifically cover responsive website and element visibility options from the selection screen window. We have already covered most of the options of the selection screen in the UI automation course. It's recommended that you take the UI automation with Modern Experience course first. For demo purposes, we're using two different use cases to showcase each of the options. First, let's begin with responsive website. As the name suggests, this option is useful when automating a responsive website. Responsive website refers to a website design approach that ensures optimal viewing and usability across different devices and screen sizes, such as desktop computers, tablets, and mobile phones. A responsive website adjusts its layout and content based on the screen size and device orientation, providing a consistent and user-friendly experience regardless of the device being used to access the website. When you enable the responsive website checkbox from the selection screen, it allows the anchor to automatically adjust its position from left to top of the target or from top to left of the target. This feature enables us to accurately automate websites that have a responsive design regardless of the website's layout, ensuring precise element selection. Now it's time to see it in action. Starting from a new project, let's add a new sequence. Next, let's add Use Application Browser Activity to indicate the web page. One important thing to note is that when trying out these options, you should use a responsive web page or website. In this example, we'll be using CodePen.io responsive website and automating the task of filling in details in an input form. As we know, we can use the Type Into activity to perform typing actions, and we can indicate the input field where we want to type. In this case, we'll indicate the full name field. The anchor has been automatically added to its label. Once we indicate the UI element, we can access the responsive website options by going to the Options section in the selection screen. As you can see, it'll be automatically enabled if the website is responsive. Let's confirm our selection and configure the Type Into activity by providing the input text that we want to type. Now, let's save the workflow and run it in debug mode. The name has been entered correctly in the full name field. Great! When the website window size is minimized or different from the expected size, what would happen? Will the automation still work as expected? Let's minimize the page size and observe that the position of the full name label has changed. It's been moved up due to the responsive design of the website. Let's run the automation and see how it performs with the minimized page size and the changed position of the full name label. It works as expected once again. The input text is added. Let's explore the scenario of what would happen if we didn't select the responsive website option while the page is of a different size or layout. Going back to Studio, let's edit the target by accessing the contextual menu of the activity and uncheck the responsive website option. This will allow us to see the difference in element selection behavior without this option enabled. Make sure you have changed the size of the website before running the automation. Let's return to the studio and run this workflow in debug mode. We have started executing the process, and based on our settings, an error should be thrown. There has been an error. With this, we have concluded the demonstration of the responsive website option. For the second part of the demo, we'll demonstrate the element visibility option using the Acme page. We have already created the process and configured the Use Application Browser activity to the Acme page for medical appointments. Next, let's highlight the first user ID in the User ID column for demonstration purposes, and indicate the first element from the User ID column. Let's add User ID as the anchor. Perfect! Now we can access the Element Visibility option from the Options section. The Element Visibility checkbox, when selected, allows you to work only with UI elements that are visible. Here we have three options: None, Interactive, and Fully Visible. The None option in the Fuzzy selector disregards the visibility of UI elements during automation. It selects UI elements regardless of their visibility status, including both visible and hidden ones. This option is helpful when including all UI elements in the selection process, but be cautious as it may select hidden or obscured elements, potentially affecting the desired automation outcome. The interactive option in the fuzzy selector enables interaction with visible and interactive UI elements during automation. It specifically selects elements that can be clicked, typed into, or interacted with by the user. This option is ideal for automating tasks involving user interaction, such as form filling or button clicking. By selecting interactive, the fuzzy selector focuses on choosing visible and interactive elements, ensuring precise automation of the intended screen elements. The fully visible option in the fuzzy selector focuses on UI elements that are completely visible on the screen during automation. It excludes partially visible or hidden elements obstructed by others. By selecting this option, only fully visible and unobstructed elements are chosen for automation, such as clicking, typing, or user interaction. This option is valuable when targeting specifically visible elements, minimizing errors or inaccuracies associated with partially visible or hidden elements. Let's choose each option and see what happens. Select None and click the Validate option. If it turns green, it indicates that it's been identified correctly. Similarly, when we select Interactive or Fully Visible, if the validation turns green, it means the identification is accurate. Now, let's test the scenario with the Fully Visible option enabled. We'll pause the configuration and minimize the page. Then check what happens. The element indicated isn't visible when the Fully Visible option is enabled. Let's click Validate, and we receive an error message indicating that the current selection is invalid. However, if we select the Interactive option, even though the page is minimized, it'll still be able to identify the UI element. Similarly, when the None option is selected, it works fine as it doesn't check for visibility at all. And with this, we conclude the demo. We learned about two important options from the selection screen: Responsive Website, which is useful when working with responsive websites, and the Enforce Visibility option in the fuzzy selector. The Enforce Visibility option can be helpful in scenarios where you want to ensure that only visible UI elements are selected during the automation process, avoiding hidden or obscured elements. Thank you for watching, and happy automation!